But eventually, I started to develop what seemed like eczema on my face, like in little small patches. Now, before that, what I started to develop and what you may notice in yourself or in a family member or a friend, or I'm sure you've seen people before who had this, but this darkening around my neck. It was kind of like a single ring around my neck that I started to develop. And that was really the first telltale sign that I wish I had known is definitely a sign of insulin resistance. I remember buying all types of topical creams. Back in the day, if you guys remember, Ambi had like a dark spot corrector. I would put that all over my neck. And what it actually did was just irritated it even more. It did not help at all. It never lightened anything. It never changed the discoloration. In fact, I think it made it worse, and I probably developed some other skin conditions on top of that just from the irritation that it was causing to my skin. And of course, many people who deal with this, when they don't know what it is, I tried to scrub it. So I was definitely like scrubbing to try to get it to come off. I just could not determine exactly what it was that was going on. And I was trying everything that I could to get that darkness around my neck to go away. Now, something super important to note is that I wasn't connecting the dots. Right? So my very first tip to you is to connect the dots. When you start to notice changes, whether it's in your skin, it could even be, for example, gut health issues. It could be changes in your bowel patterns or things like that. Sometimes we just discount these things and we think, oh, this is nothing, or we don't connect one thing to the other, especially when we think about folks who are from the US. Western medicine is very much, you got a stomach issue, you're going to a gastroenterologist, right? You got a heart issue, you're going to a cardiologist. Everything is just divided by specialty, but the body doesn't work like that. Our body is all connected. So as soon as I started to notice those issues with the eczema, I should have gone and gotten a blood test. So that's my next tip to you, is to go and get a blood test, especially when you start to notice changes in your skin, because it's usually your body trying to tell you something, even if it's not necessarily insulin resistance or anything to do with diabetes or pre-diabetes. There may be something else going on internally that you will not be able to identify until you go and get a blood test. Now, as the years went on, I gained more and more weight and became more and more sedentary. I went to college, and listen, I went to U of H. If you were go Cougs, okay? I had that Cougar card, swiping that Cougar card at the C-store like nobody's business. And in that first year of college, I think I maybe gained 30 pounds or something, and then ended up gaining another 20. As I continued to gain weight and just be more and more sedentary, not exercising, not doing a lot of activity, never drinking water. I think I exclusively drank soda at that time. The skin issues started to get worse. The eczema had started just like in the little pit of my elbow, but it eventually spread to where it's like it was covering my bicep and like going down to like closer to my wrist. And so I was starting to see that spread. At the same time, I was seeing that line, that kind of singular ring that I had around my neck was turning into this like thick, encapsulating my entire neck, this thick line of just darkening that was clearly discoloration that was different than the rest of my body. Now, what really made me go and try to figure out what was going on beyond just thinking it was discoloration or something that I could fix was when I started to be in pain. And I think that's something that when we hear about acanthosis or when people talk about these issues with blood sugar, they never really talk about the fact that this is something that is painful.